exchange it someday for a crown. And I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a
bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory, this train.
Okay, now let's bring it down.
This train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train
Welcome everybody. First, I want to thank you all for making this week of Rocky Railway VBS such a success. We're excited to share our incredible power-packed week with all of you. To get things rolling, can I have my railway crew come help me sing our theme song?
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the open spaces, for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. Make us whole. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you.
All right, kids can sit down.
Okay, sit down.
On our journey through the mighty, majestic Rocky Mountains, we met a fun friend. And as I was getting ready for our time together, I discovered that he's here. Railway crew, let's welcome back our buddy, Cam Track.
It's so good to be back, sort of like coming home.
But I thought you were going home, Cam. What brought you back to Rocky Railway?
I learned so much from my new friends. I just kept thinking about Jesus' power the whole way home. It kind of kept me chugging through my brain. Jesus power, Jesus power, Jesus power. Jesus power, Jesus power.
That must have been interesting
Trust
for your
Jesus.
train crew friends on a long, long journey home.
Well, that's just it. I wanted to tell people all the stuff I learned, but I sort of forgot. You know, for being the genius train engineer. I get a little mixed up sometimes.
No, really? Well, you've come to the right place. I have an idea. I'll give you some cargo for your train that can remind you of each thing we learned about Jesus. Then you can have these on your train and can use them to talk to your railway crew buddies, okay?
That's awesome. I'm kind of partial to cargo, you know. We use cargo to fill up box cars, flat cars, coal cars, and even covered wagons. Then there are those spine cars and granola cars and covered hoppers. I'm used to loading up those freight cars with all kinds of stuff. Oh. What are you doing to me?
This heavy load shouldn't be a big deal.
What are you doing? That thing weighs a ton.
Yep, it's a great reminder of our first Bible point. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
This is sounding and feeling very familiar.
Sometimes we have heavy, hard things to do in life, like forgiving people, trying new things, making new friends, or maybe moving to a new place. But we don't have to do those things on our own. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. We heard a true story from the Bible about a guy named Ananias. We even have a song to remember that Jesus is there to help us everywhere we go. Stand up.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. The same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. soul. Your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you.
Okay, so now that I got squished under a heavy box, I'm pretty sure I'll remember that. Plus, I can look at that box and remember that I don't have to do hard things on my own.
And that brings us to the second thing we learned. I have just the thing.
Oh no.
Ta-da!
What if this is another heavy thing? Maybe I'd better do some warm-ups or some jumping jacks.
No, it's not heavy.
I'm supposed to take out your trash? Did we talk about this?
It's not trash. Open it.
Oh yeah, Jesus' power gives us balloons.
Not quite. The helium inside the balloons reminds me of hope. Without hope, we're sort of flat and lifeless. Things can seem sad or impossible, but when we're filled with hope, our hearts soar high, and Jesus' power gives us hope.
Oh, that's right. Oh, but the balloons are way up there. How can I get them onto my train?
Don't lose hope. I have another bag over there for you. We even have a song that reminds us that we can put our hope in God alone.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. I
Okay, heavy stuff can remind me that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. And the floaty balloons remind me that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. What cargo do you have for me next? Should I be worried?
Not at all. It's bright here.
Wow, that's not like any cargo box I've ever hauled. It's very neon. This is really going to stand out against all the other boxes and stuff.
That's the idea. It's bold. It jumps out and reminds you that Jesus' power helps us be bold.
I like the blowing the big noisy train whistle, but when it comes to being bold and brave myself, sometimes that's hard. I could use Jesus' power for that.
It can be hard to stand up for what's right or talk about Jesus, or even to pray at school. That takes courage and boldness. This cargo box will stand out and remind you that Jesus gives you his power and courage. You can be bold. The Bible tells us about two friends who really needed Jesus' power to be bold.
Did they have a neon cargo box to remind them?
With Jesus' power, we can be as bold as lions.
Today we live, today we breathe, today we know that we are strong when we are weak. Today we trust, we overcome, take every chain that kept us slaves and throw them off. We're not waiting for permission, we defy our inhibition, like our middle name is fearless, son of rain.
I know what's next.
I think you're getting the hang of being bold, Cam.
The one most unforgettable thing I heard at Rocky Railway was about Jesus and how he gives us life forever.
Yep, Jesus' love and power are mind-blowing.
But what cargo can you give me to remind me about that?
I have just the thing.
I mean, it's unexplainable. It's huge. It's out of this world. It's not like anything I've ever seen. It's so incredible that I could talk about it forever. It's a hula hoop?
Well, it's a circle. Cam, show me the end of this circle.
Oh, that's easy. It's...
A circle doesn't really have a beginning or an end. That's like Jesus' love. Because of his love, Jesus' power lets us live forever. Life with Jesus will never end. It goes on and on forever.
And that's because he loves us enough to die for us, isn't it?
It sure is. Because of the sacrifice Jesus made on that rugged cross, we can have a forever friendship with him.
Wow, that boxcar is filling up some good reminders, but there's still some room left.
I hope you have a lot of space left. You're going to need it. We wrapped up our week by discovering that Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
Trust Jesus!
Good friends? Do you mean really? I mean, don't joke around that something like this.
Do you have room for some of these friends to help you tell about VBS? Of course, they can't stay with you forever. Their families would miss them too much.
Sometimes I need Jesus' power to help me be a good friend. I know this cool crew will be here for me, plugging me into Jesus' power.
We had an awesome week at Rocky Railway. You have to see this video. Let's check out our spotlight.
Commands the dead to wake, lives in us.
for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Okay, now let's bring it down. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
You guys stay sitting down for a minute, okay?
There's one more song.
Sit. No. Abby is going to talk to us about our offering for today and the week.
So this week for our Bible school offering, we are donating the money to Bailey's Lodge from the Lanterns Ministries. Bailey's Lodge is a place where 7th grade through 12th graders can hang out and feel welcome and learn more about God. So we're excited to bless this local ministry. Today's total was $486 for a weekly total of $1,518.17. Or 1,000. So we're very excited. We're very excited, and thank you for all who have donated to make this possible to give to the Lantern Ministries.
Did we have the final totals for our competition? We did a little competition, boys against girls.
The girls were way ahead at the beginning of the week. The girls finished with $730.38, and the boys won with $788.32. So, awesome. So, our goal was to raise $1,000 for the Lantern Ministries and Bailey's Lodge, so you guys did a great job and exceeded your goal. So for a surprise tonight, we are going to do water balloons.
So when we're all finished after prayer, you guys can all come around to the parsonage backyard, go out the front doors and around, and then we'll have a little party. Megan is going to say a few thank yous.
Good job, guys. Okay, on behalf of Abby, Ann, Sarah, and I, we just really can't say thank you enough to everyone who volunteered and gave their time and their talent to help make this week a success. I think everybody's had a wonderful time. Am I right, kids? Yeah. It's been a great week. A special thank you to crew leaders and helpers, station leaders, everybody that helped in music, Bible story games, crafts, ceramics, KidVid, kitchen leaders and crew, nursery helpers, sound, video, PowerPoint, camera crew, the decorating team, the church secretariat, and the custodial staff. Thank you. Also, thank you to everyone who donated any sort of monetary donation to help make VBS possible. It takes a crew to make this week work, and it's gone well. And also a huge thank you to you parents and grandparents for bringing your kid back every night to VBS. So they were able to climb aboard for Mountains of Fun at Rocky Railroad. We've had a really good week. Yep.
All right. We are going to pray and then we'll sing one last song, all right? Everybody bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for this amazing week at Rocky Railway, where we were able to learn and share about you. Help us to remember to be bold, to have hope, that we can do hard things, to be good friends, and that with you by our side, we live forever. Amen. Also, I was told right before this started, probably wouldn't have volunteered to be up here, but tonight's program was live streamed on the YouTube channel, so you can rewatch it later if you want. That was nice. All right, we had an awesome week at Rocky Railway, Cam. Your train is loaded up and ready to go. Let's wrap up with the song about a train we all want to be on. Let's sing, "This Train is Bound for Glory."
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Okay, now let's bring it down. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train. Oh, this train. This train.
All right, you guys are free to find your families and meet us out back.